Lil Tjay is now free from his label, Columbia Records. However, was it his choice to leave, or did the record label ditch him, considering that his recent releases have significantly underperformed? After exploding onto the scene back in 2018 with multi-platinum hits such as Brothers, these past few years though, Lil Tjay has been struggling to connect with the mainstream audience. Following his 2023 album, which I honestly forgot existed, he just dropped a new project, Farewell, marking his last release under Columbia. Lil Tjay is finally a free man. However, is it too late? Has his fanbase already moved on? Well, here's the truth about Lil Tjay's career going forward. Label they tight, I don't wanna resign. They don't support me no more, I'll be fine. Read these lyrics from Lil Tjay's latest single. Now, despite claiming he'll be fine on his own, the idea of being independent in today's music industry can honestly be very deceiving, leaving Lil Tjay with an extremely tough road ahead of him. While on one hand, as an independent artist, you don't have to split any royalties with your label or wait for them to say when you can drop music, but on the other hand though, without the help of a record label, let alone one as massive as Columbia, without their marketing and promotion budget and assistance, it is a million times harder to succeed as an artist. Especially one like Lil Tjay, who has already been struggling.
Everyone has an hourglass, right? Everyone has a clock.
It's true.
So you run down your time and then that's what happens. That's what I feel like is happening with Lil Baby and Be a Young Boy, Polo G, Roddy Ricch, The Baby. It's just like those guys that really had like everyone in a chokehold from like that 2018 to let's say 2021. A lot of things happened in the mix. You can't recapture that. You know, there's a cap.
After hearing that clip from NFR, is our answer simply that hip-hop has moved past Lil Tjay and his music? Well, from the perspective of a record label, it would make zero sense to let go of an artist you signed who is consistently dropping bangers. And with multiple multi-platinum hits to his name, including the 6-time platinum certified FN, this again raises the question, what led to Lil Tjay's split from his label Columbia Records? Judging from these recent lyrics, if you ask Tjay, Columbia didn't support him anymore. We'll break down exactly what he means in further detail, but in order to fully understand the current situation, first we have to go back to where it all began. Prior to his record contract with Columbia, Lil Tjay was simply a kid with big dreams growing up in the Bronx, describing himself as, quote, the problem child of the family. At the age of 15, Tjay was booked into a youth detention center for a robbery. But it was there while incarcerated that Lil Tjay began trying his hand at writing raps.
I went to jail. For me, I came home and I just had a sober mind. I was just like, all right, this is what I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep my mind clear to do it.
With a hope to turn his life around for the better once released, Tjay would start recording and uploading singles to his SoundCloud page in 2017, including his earliest hit, Resume. The following year then came his now triple platinum Brothers, and within the first 10 months of attempting to record music, Lil Tjay had released 5 singles with at least 1 million streams each on SoundCloud. Thus, as a result, every major record label was on a mission to sign him.
I don't think I was even like a year out from like my first song when I got signed, and it was like a little big thing, at least in my eyes at the time. It's a whole bidding war. Got right.
The mainstream success of Brothers would lead to Lil Tjay signing his first record deal with Columbia Records, which is actually a subsidiary of Sony Entertainment. Deciding to partner with Columbia, one of the biggest record labels, was no doubt a very smart move at the time. However, as we're about to see in a second, clearly something serious has now forced them to split apart. But although those early hits such as Brothers, Leaked, and GOAT all got his name buzzing, as 2019 kicked off, there was no arguing Lil Tjay was a mainstream act. After teaming up with Polo G in January for Pop Out, not only one of the biggest hits of 2019, but now their soon-to-be Diamond certified collab, despite Lil Tjay's initial doubts about the song.
Like, yo, do a song with Polo. I'm like, yo, woo. I just had heard about him probably like a week before that. We made Pop Out. I really ain't even like that song like that. Even to this day, I feel like this is like our biggest song, both of us. I think we both have a lot of songs that's better than Pop Out.
Still, his most streamed song to date, Pop Out, instantly put both Lil Tjay and Polo G on the mainstream map. In addition to also landing Polo G his first record deal, joining Tjay signing to Columbia, the year of 2019 was just getting started. Lil Tjay's debut studio album, True to Myself, hit the market in the fall. Led by the singles FN, Hold On, and Ruthless featuring Jay Critch, and peaking as high as number 5 on Billboard, True to Myself was a very well-received debut from the Bronx rapper.
King of New York.
going as far as to even declare himself the quote, King of New York on multiple occasions, of course leading to pushback from other rappers like A Boogie. Lil Tjay went on to finish the year out strong, embarking on his first ever solo headlining tour, the No Escape Tour, which I actually went to when he performed in my city. Back in 2019, when I saw him, I thought that Lil Tjay was on his way to being one of the biggest names in hip-hop. However, as we're about to see, so far that hasn't been the case. But judging by his continued success into 2020 though, you would have never guessed. Besides being named a 2020 XXL freshman, Tjay would also release a short 7-track EP, State of Emergency, during the pandemic, plus his work with fellow New York rapper Pop Smoke.
Nah, Lil Tjay, man.
Oh yeah?
I don't f with niggas. If you notice why I don't do songs with niggas, my tape ain't have nobody on it, cause I don't f with niggas. I don't like niggas. I don't wanna like niggas. I'm not into them.
Linking up for multiple fire singles together before Pop unfortunately passed away, such as Mood Swings, Mannequin, and War. So, although no album released in 2020, Lil Tjay was still staying busy and keeping his name active in the mix, which carried over into 2021 as well, as fans waited patiently for his highly anticipated second album. First, Lil Tjay found himself going viral all over TikTok, all thanks to this snippet here he played one night on Instagram Live.
Steady calling my phone. I done told you before that's over.
Unescapable on TikTok, Lil Tjay's viral single Calling My Phone would officially release in February of 2021, debuting at number 3 on Billboard, marking the highest charting hit of Lil Tjay's career. And to capitalize on its success, Calling My Phone would serve as the single for his sophomore album, Destined to Win. At a total of 21 tracks, and features from the likes of Offset, Moneybagg Yo, Tyga, and of course Polo G, despite selling a solid 62,000 in first week sales, this album honestly felt like it came and went with the majority of fans.
You know, someone like Tjay right here who is only used to either the auto-tune melodic shit or he's into that drill shit, it just doesn't sound good because he gets repetitive real fast. He doesn't do anything out of the box. There's nothing exciting. There's no emotion.
Especially compared to his previous album, this sequel was underwhelming. However, plenty of rappers drop mid-projects, but are able to bounce back. And with his sights set on a successful comeback, little did Lil Tjay know what the year of 2022 had in store, including fighting for his life through 7 bullets. To all my supporters, Lil Tjay posted to his Twitter in April of 2022, I'm already knowing this way overdue. I want to start by saying sorry to all my fans for the drought I put y'all through. I want you to know I love you all dearly and appreciate you. This summer, I promise I'm back on my shit. No more one song every 5 months. We done with that. We going up, and I'm coming for everything I deserve. Followed by then, closing out his post with the new announcement, please pre-save the link, #strictlyformyfans loading. Not only was Lil Tjay admitting he had let some fans down due to his inconsistency, but clearly we can see he was trying to remedy this and was gearing up for the release of a new EP, which, despite not giving us an actual date, he did spam this pre-save link all over social media. However, as time would tell, this Strictly For My Fans EP was totally scrapped forever shortly after. And as for the reason why,
Maurice and Christine, it was here at this busy shopping plaza. We're a little after midnight along River Road. Police say they had a report of a man getting shot, a young man. We have since learned that that person is rapper Lil Tjay. Police also tell us about a half a mile down the road, they found another victim at a gas station.
Almost 2 months after announcing his EP, news broke that Lil Tjay had been shot a total of 7 times during an attempted robbery. According to NBC News, gunfire erupted at a Chipotle restaurant at a residential and outdoor shopping center in Edgewater, New Jersey. Once police arrived, they found rapper Lil Tjay with multiple wounds. Investigators would later determine it an attempt to commit armed robbery against Tjay and the 2 other people he was with. Initially listed in critical condition, Lil Tjay had to be flown to a local hospital where he then underwent emergency surgery in an attempt to save his life. At the time, false rumors started swirling all over the internet too. Yet, despite many media outlets incorrectly reporting that Lil Tjay was now paralyzed and possibly brain dead, almost a week after the incident, reports were officially confirmed that Tjay was still hospitalized, but in fact alert and was talking. This was obviously great news for everybody to hear. And as he soon began his long road to recovery, About a month later, Lil Tjay would return to social media, making his first post since the shooting, sharing this video here wearing a neck brace.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy TJ, man. I'm just checking in with y'all. I just want to say thanks for the love, thanks for the support. I've been looking at the DMs, you know what I'm saying, the comments and everything else, and I feel love. You know what I'm saying 7 shots. It was tough, you know. Most people don't survive it, but I'm here for a reason. And new music coming soon. We're gonna come back stronger than ever, man. Love ya.
Confirming he had been hit a mind-blowing 7 times, but yet survived. As we can see here, exactly where he was hit every time he takes his shirt off now. Just 2 days after this video, though, came the release of his new single in August of 2022, titled Beat the Odds, with a cover art and music video featuring TJ in a hospital bed. As you could guess, this new single detailed his near-death experience, something he would also go on to talk about in multiple interviews.
Yeah, you call yourself like what, the Miracle Kid?
Yeah, I am a miracle kid. Shit is a miracle. I got shot 7 times, all upper body, about a year ago, and I'm fine, you know?
Understandably so, Lil Tjay took the rest of 2022 pretty easy. And while this would typically be costly for artists deciding to take another year off with no new album, in the case of Lil Tjay, I think his fans understood. But as we waited to hear his next move, actually 1 year later on June 22nd, 2023 to be exact, came Lil Tjay's new single titled June 22nd. Once more explaining the crazy events of that day, this time in more detail, such as rapping about how he noticed a strange car following them and debated how to react. A new music video would also release, portraying this scene.
You see what's going on these times. Rappers steady dying, it's like another one every couple months. We gotta keep our head up.
A year ago today, I almost lost my life, but God got other plans, TJ posted on Instagram. June 22nd out now, and new album 222 on July 14th. I appreciate y'all for the support. June 22nd would go on to serve as track 2 on Lil Tjay's 3rd album, which he decided to title 222.
I got shot on June 22nd, 2022, and when I got they put me in a helicopter, and the helicopter took me to the hospital, and the time they took off was 222. So I just named the album
numbers now. That's the numbers now.
Again released under Columbia Records, as it now turns out, his last full-length album under Columbia. At a total of 15 tracks, Lil Tjay's 222 would only sell a fitting 22,000 first-week units. Not only a significant decrease from his previous albums, but considering that Lil Tjay almost lost his life, you would have thought that might have drawn more ears into this album. Obviously though, that wasn't the case, and Lil Tjay and his career was then left in a very tough position. If you ask a lot of fans, they will tell you that his inconsistency, combined with a simple decrease in quality of music, has been his biggest mistake. However, what happened next in 2024 was arguably even worse. For the first 10 months of 2024, to be honest, I don't think I heard about Lil Tjay once. He was releasing a few new singles, but none really stuck with fans. And once the final month of December rolled around, it became clear to us why Lil Tjay was so quiet. But first, in November, TJ found himself making headlines for other not-so-positive reasons. I fake hate this kid. Him and Aiden, in reference to Aiden Ross, are the biggest D-riders in life, typed Lil Tjay to his Instagram story. Despite also being from New York and actually the same exact borough as Kai, Lil Tjay would basically come out of nowhere and throw shade on Instagram at 2 of the most popular streamers, Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross. Someone he's literally linked up with in the past for a stream, TJ would go on to DM this to Aiden Ross. "Sucker, lol, you too. I'ma show you guys something." To which Aiden then responded back, "You tweakin', me and Kai always show nothing but love to you. Gotta stop taking them perks, them it's f***ing with your head." Now, this story was shared right after a different rapper, Kodak Black, went viral for his drugged-out behavior on Kai's Mafiathon stream, which I've already made an entire video about that night with Kai and Kodak. But in addition to speaking on Kodak Black's behavior, Lil Tjay also had this to say in his response video.
I told Aiden, your culture vulture, he told me I'm on perks. I don't take perks. I don't take drugs. I might sip in a little now and then. Actually, less than you. Racist nigga. I look like I take perks because I'm black, right? I know. That's what you think about niggas. He just grind his way to the top using that little face card he got. Niggas use everybody. They only f with the top notch because they using niggas. culture vulture. Stop looking at Yak like he's a weirdo. No, sometimes that's how rappers act. We different from niggas. This is the one lane where hood niggas get to make their bread. Real shit, bro. So sometimes rappers could act weird. We from different places than y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Lil Tjay claimed that all of these top streamers just use rappers and take advantage of them for clout. To be honest though, to me, Lil Tjay doing this just comes off as a desperate attempt at some attention, attacking the biggest streamer in the world. Lil Tjay down so bad, he got a diss Kai and Aiden for no reason. One of the top comments reads, "Likely upset that he hasn't been invited on their streams in a while since he isn't as poppin' at the moment." As Kai would also theorize with his chat,
and I'ma just go ahead and think that a song or an album or something about a drop, you feel me? TJ, it's unfortunate that you didn't even like text me or nothing. Like, I don't even remember you having a problem with me. I ain't gonna lie. We from the same borough, New York. It's always
stating that he believed Lil Tjay had to just be attacking him for some album promo. As it turned out, only a few weeks later, Kai Cenat was totally right. Lil Tjay drops his surprise project, Farewell, his last project with Columbia. Reads this post from Academics on December 6th. Over a year after his third album, Lil Tjay would finally return with a new surprise mixtape for fans. At a short 8 tracks long and songs with NLE Choppa, G Herbo, Rich the Kid, and of course Polo G, this project was clearly just so Tjay could get out of his record deal. When artists sign to a major record label, they are required to release a certain number of projects while under contract, and hence the name Farewell. This marked the last of Lil Tjay's time at Columbia. Literally the same night as Farewell released and he had seemingly fulfilled his contract obligation, Lil Tjay also put out a new single, Way Out the Hood 2. A sequel to his part 1, and this time with a new verse from Polo G. However, rather than the usual Columbia Records, a division of Sony music label that we would always see under his releases, instead we can see this new single was released under Trench Kid Records. Lil Tjay has constantly referred to himself as Trench Kid in the past, and even had a chain made of it, and as it now appears, Trench Kid is also the name of Lil Tjay's independent label.
You see this Trench Kid shit, like, I feel like a lot of people don't even understand for real, like, how, like, serious it is. Like, this is not a gang, this is, like, necessarily me. I'm really from the trenches, and a lot of people don't understand, like, us, you know?
Lil Tjay is officially an independent artist. Don't get me wrong, being independent definitely has its advantages. As I mentioned earlier, independent artists can release whenever they want, whatever they want, and depending on the situation, they may not have to split any royalties with anybody. Seems like a great idea, until you go and release music. Lil Tjay will quickly notice the drastic difference there is without one of the biggest record labels pushing his releases, and pulling all the strings in terms of promotion and connections. However, with that being said, we still haven't answered the question, did he ditch them? Or did Columbia decide to drop Lil Tjay on their own? These rappers always talking like they independent by choice, the label's dropping them, reads one comment under Academics' post. From the business standpoint of a record label such as Columbia, if you have an artist like Lil Tjay who has been underselling consistently, they are left with really only 2 options. First, they could decide to postpone all his releases and hold him back from dropping. This is referred to as shelving an artist, but in reality, the label knows an artist will flop and not make much profit. Or there's option 2. Columbia could have decided to release Lil Tjay on their own. We've seen this happen with countless rappers in the past. Take Lil Skies for example, who had some platinum hits of his own in the SoundCloud era, but after continuing to undersell lately and seemingly get shelved, Lil Skies would also split from his label Atlantic Records. Now, you'll often see these rappers claim that it was their decision to go independent, but if we're being honest, that's pretty hard to believe.
Your boy is independent, bruh. I'm fully independent, just me. I ain't get dropped by my label, no crazy shit, nothing like that, bro. No, I'm independent, it's my choice.
Unfortunately, as of this video, we don't know exactly whose idea it was to split from who, whether it was Columbia or Lil Tjay's. Likely a mutual desire with frustration on both sides, with Tjay mad he couldn't drop, and the label not letting him because they knew it wouldn't sell well. The truth is though, going independent has now made Lil Tjay's chances at a successful comeback 1,000,000 times harder. Label they tight, I don't wanna resign. They don't support me no more, I'll be fine. He again raps in his new single. Lil Tjay claims he'll be fine, but the odds are now stacked significantly higher up against him. Combined with some fans quick to tell you that his sound got stale and never really evolved. As we're seeing more and more, the shelf life of a mainstream rapper these days seems to be extremely short. In my opinion, the best chance Lil Tjay has to regain his hype in the mainstream is to finally drop a collab album with Polo G. Fans have been asking for it for years, and although it would have hit way harder 5 years ago, and although Polo G himself isn't in the greatest position either in terms of mainstream popularity, as I've already covered in another video, I still think a collab album should be Lil Tjay's next move going forward.
Hey.
Wow. Polo like one of my favorite artists of the new generation, for sure. Came up like literally the same time.
While he may not be dominating our playlist like he was just a few years ago, Lil Tjay has already accomplished more than what millions of rappers can only dream of. Still, at the young age of just 23, as now an independent artist, I expect Lil Tjay to release music more consistently in 2025. However, the question is, how many people will listen?